by EA Sports. It's the 49ers and the Bucs, and it's coming up next.
Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
On first down, Brady. A check down here to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. On the delay, Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Succop's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led, of course, by their second-year quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrow.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route.
and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll bring up a second down. Here's Burrow. Samuel bringing in the slant. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch. Missed.
He will not go down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down.
Touchdown! That's caught. Deebo Samuel, an 11-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The sack by Jordan Willis. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Hitting Samuel on the slant. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Burrow now off the bootleg. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. Touchdown 49ers. Dallas Goddard from 13 yards out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now Gold for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They go play action with Burrow. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That is caught. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the Cowboys who get the win at home. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners, for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs, as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Brandon Ayuk returning it. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. How did he stay on his feet? Touchdown, 49ers. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Brady. That is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jordan Willis, his 2nd sack of the night. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Looking to throw. Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10 now, Burrow. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position, don't we? We've seen where it's gone from strictly as a blocker to a guy who caught a few passes to now an integral part of the passing game, sometimes the primary receiver, because a lot of these guys have wide receiver skills, and we're seeing that on display here. Just think about the guys in the past looking back at this game and saying, sure wish that was me. I'd love to have gone out for those types of passes.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. That time a 6-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Brady. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Brady. Got a man. It's Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's go.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Again, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Here's Brady. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Burrow on play action. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Play action. It's Burrow. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now goal for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It certainly has not been the outing that they envisioned on their home turf in the divisional round of the playoffs, and they have been pushed around, and now their backs against the wall. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Brady now to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing again on second down. Brady. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's Bradley Pinion now. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Punt for the 4th time tonight. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. So So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.